A staple of all reality competition shows are the challenges. Every single show has these, and they're pretty important to the players because if they win, they are safe from elimination. A well-designed challenge can reward skill and strategy, while a poorly designed one can unfairly decide a player's fate. And today, I wanted to show you what happens when you make a bad challenge. So poorly designed that it made contestants not want to play it.
I'm not gonna lie to anyone.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I will not lie to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, we're good here.
And they put it in the show anyway. And that's going to be Beast Game Season 2's Bluff Challenge. Now, if you've seen this, you kind of know exactly how it went. But if you don't know how it went, maybe you can try and guess what happened while I explain the rules of the game. Let me set the scene. There are 20 players playing this game. Half is about to be eliminated. The way this game is played is that every player gets a random color on the back of their head. Red, blue, yellow, or green. Your goal, find out what color's on the back of your head and stand on the color every round. Pretty simple, you get a new color every round, and the first color you touch is the one that you choose. And you can't change your mind once you've arrived. And that is basically it. That's the game. Really, the only way to find out what color's on the back of your head is just to ask one of your fellow competitors and hope they don't lie to you.
Green?
Yeah.
You are green and yellow.
Perfect.
Now that you understand the rules, can you guess what happened? Well, let me show you what happened, round by round.
Red. What am I? Red. You're blue. Yeah, you're blue. Okay.
Blue. And you're green.
Round 1 was a pretty safe round. Nobody got eliminated. They all told each other the truth. Nobody wanted to risk at all. So they play again. Round 2. This round does get a little more interesting. 19 players are safe, and one person is eliminated. Player 406. How did he get eliminated? Well, 406 is a known villain from Season 1.
I just wanna get this over with.
3, 2, 1.
I told you I'd do it. I told you I'd do it.
They're probably gonna think you're evil, but it worked. You didn't have to play.
So we played, me and my brother were secretly talking to each other the entire time. And basically she doesn't know about it.
Whoa.
Bye!
And people in this group really hated this guy. So when it came time to lie to people, he was a super easy target. No one really lied to him, by the way. They just didn't answer him when they said, hey, what color's on the back of my head? They just ignored him. And I think right here you find the first problem with the game and something that I can criticize. I think making a game that just eliminates the biggest threats in a game is just bad game design. Player 406 really stood no chance. They just took what could have been a really cool villain to have for Season 2, but he ended up playing a game that was definitely going to get him eliminated. There's no way he could have known that the challenge was going to be a trust challenge. You can't just make a game where you just eliminate the villains. That's what this game is made to do. And you learn that 406 is really the only villain in this group of 20. Everyone else is just regular passive people. Now, if you thought this was the biggest problem the game had, it wasn't. Let's go on to round 3. Everybody ends up picking the correct color. Well, except for one issue. Player 10 decided to take a shortcut by walking through the blue circle, which locks her into the blue instead of the red, and she gets eliminated for it. I think it's totally fair, even if it was an accident. Rules be rules. So far, 2 eliminations, 8 to go. And this is where the game really turns for the worst. Because round 4, no eliminations. Round 5, no eliminations. Round 6, no eliminations. Round 7, no eliminations. Round 8, no eliminations. There were just so many rounds where nobody would lie to each other to get each other eliminated that Mr. Beast had to step in with a new rule.
I'm gonna give you all one more chance to play this game the way it was designed to be played. But if you guys once again refuse to lie to each other, refuse to bluff,
You'll give me no choice but to go to my plan B. And I promise you, none of you are gonna like plan B.
The new rule being that he would randomly eliminate a player if nobody got eliminated this round. And despite making this threat, round 9 ended up with no lies and no eliminations. And Mr. Beast follows through with his threat, and he randomly eliminates a player by pulling their number from a box. Now surely, players start to play the game, right? Right? Round 10. no eliminations. Another player gets randomly eliminated. Round 11, no eliminations. Another player gets randomly eliminated. And I shit you not, this was the rest of the eliminations. After 16 rounds, one player, player 4 or 6, was eliminated by the intentional game design of lying to other contestants. So, what went wrong? The truth is, every single player played this game correctly. You don't have to be an expert in game theory to figure this one out. If you lie to someone, everybody will know, and then you will be lied to next. You become the villain by lying to someone, and then people feel less bad about getting you out. I believe you had better odds at winning the lottery of not having your name pulled out of the box than playing the game as intended. There was one instance where you could have lied and gotten away with it, but that was in the final round, and even then, I think that's really risky for future games. The odds of your number being pulled out on the final round is 9%. And I take those odds rather than having a 100% chance of being the guy who lied to someone in the final round in the next challenge. The problem with this game is that you just aren't rewarded for lying. You are rewarded for being passive. And this is very similar to something that happened in Season 1 of Beast Games with Akira. Akira stepped up during the train challenge to become a leader, and he started eliminating people.
Those 3 have officially been eliminated.
To the 3 of you, I am so sorry.
I don't want to hear you.
That's okay.
I kind of figured he's not going to last.
No.
He's going to be right with us.
And this backfired heavily on him because he was then next to be eliminated.
539.
Whoa! 539?
A lot of people want him out after all of their friends got eliminated.
Over there, you can see 539. You've been eliminated.
Despite Akira playing this game as intended and eliminating people is what got him eliminated. But let's jump back. How did the Bluff game go so bad? Did it get playtested at all? I'm going to theorize a bit here. I think, obviously, it was playtested, but the playtesters failed to recognize one thing. These 20 people are actually playing for $5 million. I can see a world where 20 random people play this for fun, and it works out. But the stakes here are just way too high. I should also mention that every single one of these players just turned down $100K to eliminate themselves. So there was extra incentive to maybe not play so risky, because you just turned down $100K. There's a lot of ways where this game probably could have worked out exactly as intended. I think they just picked a bad time. Just to throw out some ideas out there, if this game was just a bonus game where nobody got eliminated and only one player won like $200K in the end, it would force players to lie to each other so they could go to the end without any consequences of eliminating someone from the game. Or you could simply reward players with safety. If you change the rules so that if you were the one who lied to someone that got eliminated, you were safe for the next round. This would also have the added benefit of putting pressure on alliances as the game gets smaller, and it would make villains out of people who got to continue playing the game. But I think the best one, what I would have done, is limit the amount of people that could be on a color. Sometimes you can see that there are 6 or more players on a color. What you could do as a game designer is limit the amount of people in one color to 5. And this would force the slowest player to a color to be eliminated, which could lead to some interesting scenarios. Let's say you asked someone what color you were, and they said, hey, you're red. And then they said, what color am I? And then you saw they had the color red. This would give you a nice incentive to lie, as it would mean you wouldn't have to worry about racing your opponent to the same color. And I think that alone would make the game work a little better, and you wouldn't have to eliminate people by random chance. But I will say, at the time of writing, there are only 3 episodes out on Beast Games. And other than this game, I've been really impressed with all the other challenges. It is truly a big step up from Season 1 and every problem I had with it. I think the rest of the season is going to be great, and I'm going to be satisfied with the winning result of the game. But I do hope they rethink challenges like these where being passive is the best strategy. You really want to show where people are active and are rewarded. You shouldn't want someone to passively just walk their way to the end. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I'm actively working on another video right now called How David Jannat Won Deal or No Deal Island 2. So if you like videos about reality competition shows, you should subscribe. And who knows, maybe I'll make a second Beast Games video from this season if there's other challenges I want to cover. But this one particularly spoke to me because it got popular on Twitter. And I just remember being shocked the first time I watched it, how it made it to air. Like, genuinely, how come they just didn't make a new game, on the spot? Surely they could have just thought of a better one where it actually worked. And that's all for me. See you next time.